All right, so we have a pile of books right next to us, and we're wondering if they look familiar.
I'm knocking them over.
They're pretty big. They're pretty thick. And if you're a high school student planning to take the ACT, I'm sure that they do.
Yes, preparation is underway now for the spring ACT test. So how do you study for this big honkin' test? We've got Elizabeth and Tasso Sotiropoulos for Illini Tutoring and ACT Prep. They've got all the answers. So I'm not going to lie, it's been a while since my ACT SAT days. What kind of test does this cover? What do parents need to know to help their child?
Yeah, so the ACT is about a 4-hour-long test, and it covers 4 subject areas: English, math, reading, and science. There's also an optional writing section. Outside of the writing section, all of the questions are multiple choice, and all high school juniors, or just about all of them, take the ACT to prepare for applying to college.
We're talking a lot about the ACT here, but Tasso, what is the difference between the SAT and the ACT? And do a lot of people take both nowadays?
Yes, there are several people, several high school students who do take both tests. The main difference is that the SAT test has a math section, a reading section, and an English section. It just does not have a science section to it. Nowadays, the ACT test is more popular, so more and more students worldwide are taking this test.
If you take one but not the other, are you handicapping yourself in any way? Because to my mind, there was always a preference on the East Coast. If you wanted to go to schools out there, you wanted to make sure you took the SAT. Like, what do you know about that?
And it used to be that way. In fact, even when I was in high school, that's what it was like. But now it's not so much anymore.
Okay.
Now most schools don't show any preference for either test.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something cool, Matt. Tasso over here has helped people score perfect scores on their ACT.
Yes.
Okay.
He's a little proud of that.
I know.
As you should be. That's
Do you
awesome.
remember what you scored on your ACT?
It was in the 30s.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to reveal my score because I honestly don't remember what it was. But part of your job is to help those students get those nearly perfect scores. So you've got some books and you've got some test questions. We're going to do our own little practice strategy session here. I think they've got a picture of one of the sample questions from the ACT. Hopefully that'll be pulled up. Okay, so this looks like a reader.
Yeah, so, oh my goodness. Okay.
So,
that's a lot of words.
Oftentimes, students have a very hard time finishing the science section on time. Time management is a huge issue for them.
Okay.
So one of the things that I would recommend to them is to pick 4 questions on the science section and to just guess one letter on them all the way down.
Okay.
So
The same letter?
yes, the same letter. Because statistically, they're going to have a better chance of getting at least one of those questions right.
And it's better to make sure that every blank is filled.
Yes,
Okay.
it's absolutely very important. So this particular question is a type of question that students might want to consider guessing on just because it's so long.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Yeah, because it takes up too much time. Yeah. So just guess and move on.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay, so when you work with these students, what kind of benefits do they see? Because, you know, you're paying for these kinds of things. So, you know, the parents want to make sure that the kids are getting something out of it.
Absolutely. Not only the cost, but the time that goes into preparing for the ACT worries a lot of parents. And what we remind parents when they kind of get a little sticker shock of, wow, you know, preparing for these tests, it's kind of pricey. It's an investment. A lot of students who do well on the ACT, they can get full scholarships. They get into better colleges, which means they're going to get better jobs, or we hope they will get better jobs at some point. So a lot of times, getting a higher score on the ACT is just going to pay you back tens, maybe even hundreds of times over. Tasso even has a student right now who he needs to raise his score high enough on the February ACT, and if he does, he will get a $150,000 scholarship to play football at NIU.
Oh my word! No pressure, Tasso.
Right?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you've got some flashcards here.
Yes.
Do you use these in your training?
Yes, we do. We work with students primarily from real ACT tests, previously released tests, and we also, there are books out there that have practice questions that are a lot like those questions, but using flashcards, either ones that you can purchase or ones that you can make yourself, can help you score higher.
Flip us a flashcard.
All right.
Oh my.
Heather's ready.
After that one up there, I'm like, oh.
Right, well, but he said it was good. We were supposed to be fair and say too much time, move on.
Okay, what have we got?
Okay. If a Major League Baseball team has a win-loss ratio of 7-2 during the regular season of 162 games, how many games did they lose?
2.
I'm thinking it's the proportion. Oh, we get multiple choices.
Oh, good.
Okay, so it's 12,
wasn't
18,
an option.
29, 30, or 36. So the strategy for this to me would be recognizing the total number of games, right? 162.
Right.
And then what? Because they're asking the ratio here, right?
Right.
Right.
So it's the total number of games. So does that mean 7?
You're on your own.
Stop.
Math was not my strong.
So okay, so 7-2. So does that mean 7 out of 9 games were wins?
Yes.
Okay. So then, if 9 games is equivalent to 162, I'd have to do 9 into 162 and then multiply that by 7.
Multiply it by, now that is something that the ACT will try to trip you up on, because 7 is how many you won. The question asks how many did you lose.
Oh,
stinking
okay.
ACT.
So
Yes.
so
But
then
you
could I
have the
do
right
7
idea.
and then subtract that number from the total?
Or you could do just 2
Just the
times
2.
that number, which was 18.
Which was easy.
162 divided
My
by
kids are in trouble. We will be calling you.
No. This isn't, well, yeah, and it's good because really this is about, it's not so much about can you answer the question anymore. And for better or for worse, I'm not putting a judgment on it. You have to do well on this test. As you said, to do well in college, to get the scholarships, it's serious business.
Yeah.
And so it's the strategies that equip the kids going forward.
Bless your all's hearts. Good luck. Hey, if you want to
Thanks
connect
for
with
coming in.
Illini Tutoring,
having us.
visit their website. And